Hi, let's continue with tutorial 9. Okay, so today for tutorial 9, right, I will only discuss one question, okay, which is under Fox industry. Okay, actually we have two questions, but I'll only pick one because if I discuss two, I might afraid the lack of time. So I want to focus, I want to pay more attention on one question so that can go through with you slowly so that able to show you like how to identify. Okay, so for tutorial 9, you'll be focusing under internal control. Okay, for internal control theory part, I won't be so worried because you can vomit anything out easily. But when come to scenario part, case study part, it might be difficult to you. Okay, you have to know this kind of question is almost similar like audit risk. Okay, for example, they provide you a very long case study, and then the case study look like no problem. Okay, and then the question they expect you, okay, to find out some deficiency, some weaknesses here and there. Okay, if you couldn't find out any weaknesses or any deficiency, 0 mark for you. Okay, so let's look at this question, Fox industry. Okay, the other one I'll give you the answer lah. Okay, other than that you can also get from the notes. Okay, that one is for self-study. So every time when you receive a case study question, please go to the requirement first because we have to be very clear. Okay, what do the question want and how many mark and how long can we spend on this question? Okay, so required. As the external auditor of the Fox industry, write a report to management in respect of the purchasing and payment system described above, which the first thing, what do they ask you to do? They ask you to identify and explain for deficiency in the system and explain the possible implication and also provide a recommendation to address each deficiency. So they give you 14 marks. Okay, so for your information, when you see identify, cannot run away already, 0.5 mark each. What means by identify? I told you already, you copy and paste from the scenario. Okay, you feel like this sentence got some weaknesses or deficiency, then you copy and paste, then you get half mark already. Okay, explain mean you explain further lah. Okay, and the next one, explain the possible implication. Okay, what mean by explain for the possible implication? Explain possible implication mean the effect of each deficiency. Okay, whether they have any impact or not on the operating system, whether they have any impact or not, okay, on anywhere lah. Okay, and then at the end, you have to provide a recommendation to address each deficiency. Okay, so for here, I think identify and explain. Okay, so here I think explain the possible implication will be 1.5 mark, and then here will be 1 mark. It will be more accurate. Okay, because based on the answer scheme that given by the ACCA, identify, explain, they allocate 1 mark. Okay, possible implication 1.5, and then a recommendation is 1 mark. So in total 1, 2, 3, 3.5 times 4. Wait, 3.5 times 4 is 14 mark. So it's correct. Okay, so possible implication, you have to explain a little longer. Okay, the impact of the weaknesses. Okay, so if you don't understand, no worry, we will look at case line by line, and then I will show you how to identify. Okay, remember here, the most important thing, they ask you to look for deficiency. Okay, what I mean by deficiency, the weaknesses in the system. Weaknesses mean problem, okay, or something called negative thing lah. You have to focus. Okay, so you have to tell me the problem, tell me the impact, then you have to tell me how to solve the problem. Okay, one thing you have to be very clear, provide a recommendation to address each deficiency. You have to say management. Okay, not auditor. If you tell me auditor do this and do that, 0 mark. Okay, because auditor have no control on the company system. Okay, the auditor job is only review and collect sufficient evidence to prove that the financial statement is in true and fair view. Okay, so let's look at the question line by line. Okay, class, it might be very important for your exam because normally case study question, either audit which will come out or internal control. Okay, so Fox Industry manufacture engineering part. It has one operating site and a customer base spread across Europe. So the company year end was 30th April 2013, and below is a description of purchasing and payment system. Okay, so they split two parts. One is purchasing system and one is payment system. Okay, so now every line might have problem. So you have to be very careful. Okay, so whenever production material are required, the relevant department send a requisition form to the ordering department. What I mean by requisition form? Requisition form means request form lah. Okay, let's say HR department, we want to buy something. So we will fill in the requisition form, we will send to the ordering department. Okay, so ordering department, when they receive already, they will raise the purchase form, no? Okay, the purchase order, no? Okay, to who? To the supplier lah, to order the good. Okay, so here an order clerk raises a purchase order. Can you see or not? After the relevant department send the requisition form to the order department, so the order clerk receive, they will raise a purchase order form and contact a number of supplier to see which can dispatch the good first. Okay, now I want to focus on this yellow box. Okay, yellow box here. Do you feel like something negative might happen or not? You don't think so, because it looked like everything normal. Okay, relevant department send a form to ordering department, and ordering department raise a purchase order and contact a number of supplier. Okay, to see which can dispatch the good first. Okay, if you are sharp enough, you have to think on behalf of the company. If you are the management or if you are the staff, you have to think, hey, actually, if I order stock if I order material, right, I need to make sure the thing that I get, the material I get is with quality. But now the order clerk doesn't focus on quality. What do they focus? They focus a number of supplier. Which supplier they focus which supplier can send a good first. So they don't care about quality. What if you select this supplier and then they can send you within 2 days and the quality is very, very bad. Okay, and then it will be a problem to the company, lor. Okay, so now the first answer is supplier selection problem. They never choose the one supplier that provide a good quality. Okay, they need to choose from the approved supplier list. Okay, so I will show you the first answer first so you roughly can see what happened lah. Okay, so identify and explain. You got 1 mark here. When raising the order, the clerk choose whichever supplier can dispatch the good the faster. Then this one is identify ma. Okay, you answer already the question. Can you see or not? The first one. You get 1 mark. Okay, and so now you have to tell me the impact when you are choosing the fastest supplier, but not the quality supplier. So what is the impact? Okay, can you see or not? So this could result in Fox ordering good at much higher price or lower quality. Correct, correct, right? You choose supplier based on delivery, the speed. Then it might result you pay higher price or you get lower quality lah. Okay, as only factor consider was speed of delivery. Okay, and it is important that goods are dispatched promptly, but this is just one of the many criteria that should be used in deciding which supplier to be used. Okay, if you write everything here, you will get 1.5 mark, blue box. But here I cannot highlight lah. I can. Okay, 1.5 mark. Okay, and then you have to tell me recommendation. Then just now you talk something bad like here, how to improve it lah. Okay, so an approved supplier list should be compiled. Approved supplier list means what? The supplier that provide quality product and the price also acceptable should be compiled here. And this should be taken into account that the price of the good, their quality and also the speed of the delivery. Don't only focus on delivery. Okay, so 3 in 1. And once the list has been produced, all orders should be placed with the supplier on the approval list. So be much more safer because the management already went through, already scanned out which supplier is qualified, okay, to get the material from. Can you see or not? Okay, suddenly one line you can get so many answer. Okay, that's why you have to be very sharp lah. You have to practice more. So another question, I hope that you can take it as a exercise and do lah. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Open the wrong thing. Okay, let's go to the next line. The order clerk sent out the purchase order, and this is not sequentially numbered. Wow. Next one, focus on yellow box. The second problem. Obvious already, ma. Okay, purchase order not sequentially numbered leh. Not sequentially numbered means what? The clerk might not send out the purchase order, okay, based on the need. Maybe all confused already. Okay, so the order clerk also might not able to fulfill the order which they place first law. Okay, so can you see the next one? Purchase order are not sequentially numbered. Okay, so now you can see now we keep focusing on the negative side because you want to get mark. If you now focus on negative side, which means you cannot get mark lah. Okay, and failing to sequentially number the order means the Fox ordering team unable to monitor. You don't have the purchase order number 001, 002, 003, so it's very messy. Okay, failing to sequentially number the order means the Fox ordering team unable to monitor if all orders are being fulfilled in a time manner, confused or messy, and this could result in stock out. Okay, it will cause the company unable to cover no raw material to produce the product. Okay, because normally when their product when their raw material getting low, they will order in advance to cover, and now no number, and then the staff mess up everything, and what if it will cause a delay lah. Okay, so if the order are numbered, then a sequentially check can be performed for any unfulfilled order lah. Correct or not? Okay, sequentially numbered means what? With the number or the order. Okay, so what is the answer? Terbalik back lah. All purchase orders should be sequentially numbered and on a regular basis. Okay, sequence check. okay, regular basis a sequence check. Okay, which department, okay, send the requisition form and then they have to raise the order first lah. Okay, of unfulfilled order should be performed. Okay, otherwise the stock might run out. Okay, so let's go to the next one. And only order above 50,000 pula. Only order above 5,000 require authorization. Wow. And then the order for 4,999 no need to authorize already. Wow, then company can simply buy the staff can simply buy the you know the material or any product for personal use. Dangerous. Okay, so you can see or not, I keep focusing on negative side here. Okay, so let's see whether the answer correct or not. Okay, you can see purchase order below 5,000 are not authorized and processed solely by order clerk. Then you get 1 mark because you identify. Okay, so this can result in good being purchased that not required by Fox. Then you can say personal use also can. Not necessarily follow the answer exactly here. This is just a suggested answer. You can write your own answer which is relevant, then you will get mark already. Okay, so for personal use, and then this will increase the risk of fraud, and then it could place order for personal good up to the value 5,000, which is significant. 4,999 to 5,000 also very expensive already, you know, for personal use. Okay, so terbalik lor. All purchase order should authorize all, not half. Don't set any limit. All, even the $1 also need to authorize. Okay, all purchase order should be authorized by responsible officer. Okay, the authorized signatory should be established with varying level of purchase order authorization. Maybe the good value below 5,000, someone like supervisor can authorize. Higher level, manager authorize. So it's much better. Why we need authorization class? We need authorization because we want to prevent, okay, the staff misuse of the company money, okay, to buy their personal goods, okay, misappropriate of the asset, to prevent it. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Purchase invoice are input daily by the purchase order clerk, who has been in the role for many years, and as an experienced team member, he does not apply any application control over the input process. So obvious already. Okay, this person very experienced. This person doesn't trust or doesn't apply any software application control. Okay, so now we know there is a problem. Okay, purchase invoice are input daily by the purchase ledger clerk, and due to his experience, he does not utilize any application control. Then you get 1 mark. Okay, so without application control, without the system help you, there is a risk of what? Okay, the invoice could be input into the system with inaccuracy, and that or they might miss out entirely. Can you see or not? So it could result in the supply being paid incorrectly lah. Okay, you pay incorrectly, supplier not happy, it will lead to a loss of supplier goodwill. Okay, so can you see? And the purchase ledger clerk should input the invoice in batch and apply application controller, recommend not auditor, is management. Okay, such as control total. Okay, you sum up the total, it ensures the entry completeness and accuracy or input of the purchase invoice. Then you get 1 mark here. So can you see or not? Okay, actually it's very easy. Here they say they never utilize application control, recommended you say, hey, they should utilize. Then when they utilize, they can achieve the completeness, they can make sure the internal control is strong, something like that. Okay, so not that difficult. Next one. Every week, the purchase day book automatically update the purchase ledger. And the purchase ledger is then manually. When you always talk about manually means what? They might have error, human error, because manually means posted by human by who? By the ledger clerk. So we suspect human error. When you see the keyword manually, human error. Okay, so next one. The purchase daybook automatically update the purchase ledger, but this ledger manually post to the general ledger. So manually post to the general ledger increase the risk of error occurring. Why? Because performed by human. Okay, human might key in the wrong thing, might transfer the wrong thing, might update the wrong figure, because human like to play handphone when they are working. Okay, and this could result in the payable balance in the financial statement being under or overstated. Here error me error, I don't know, I update more or update less so I can say under or overstated Okay, so the process should be updated on a regular basis, that the purchase ledger automatically update the general ledger. Okay, so they have to use automated system to do that. Why? In order to avoid error. Okay, so a responsible officer should then confirm through purchase ledger control account that update the occurred correctly. Okay, and then the next one, payment system. Okay, Fox maintain a current account, a number of saving deposit account. Okay, so the account is reconciled weekly, but the saving deposit are only reconciled every 2 months. Hey, wow, every 2 months. Normally, like the longest one, okay, the staff need to reconcile once a month, but they reconcile every 2 months. So what is the problem? They cannot spot the problem and error immediately. Okay, 2 months out when they reconcile only then they can only find out. Sometimes it's too late already. Okay, so you can see Fox saving deposit bank account are only reconciled every 2 months. Okay, so this is a risk that the error not spotted promptly so just like I told you okay, and this will increase the risk of employee committing fraud if they are aware that these accounts are not regularly reviewed. Okay, so that they are able to provide fraud on the cash and bank is very material to the financial statement. Therefore, the staff need to reconcile every month if they can. Okay, then just now they say they reconcile every 2 months. Then now, can you see or not? All bank accounts should be reconciled on regular basis and at least monthly I told you at least every month, more safe, because the balance is very important. Okay, the closing balance for this month, okay, is very important for the next month opening balance. Okay, so that you can identify any unusual or missing item. And the reconciliation should be reviewed by responsible officer. Now, after the staff perform reconciliation, it doesn't full stop there. And the reconciliation need to be signed by the responsible party. And then after that, someone, the responsible officer, need to check, review the reconciliation some more. Okay, why? They need to prove that someone review, someone did the work. If no one review, the opening balance for next year, for next month bank account might have material misstatement. Okay, so let's go to the next point. In order to maximize their cash and bank balance, Fox has a policy delaying the payment to all the supplier. Oh, I don't think it's good. When you delay the payment, do you think supplier is happy? I don't think so. Okay, so what we want to focus here, if Fox delay payment to the supplier, maybe Fox unable to enjoy the earliest discount. You know or not, under credit, for the supplier, sometimes they will give them a period. Hey, if you pay me within 10 days, I give you 10% discount. If you pay me within 20 days, I give you 5% discount, something like that. If the company delay, this company unable to enjoy the discount, and the supplier also might not happy. Okay, so here identify Fox has a policy delaying payment to the supplier as long as possible. Okay, so what is maximize max balance? That is a risk that they're missing out. Can you see or not? Missing out the early settlement discount. And also, this can lead to a loss of supplier goodwill lah. Supplier goodwill means what? Supplier not happy with you anymore. Okay, and then in the future, if it continue like that, supplier might refuse to supply the product or raw material to Fox anymore. Okay, so what should Fox do? Fox should plan properly lah, their cash flow forecast and budget. Can you see or not? Fox should undertake the cash flow forecast budgeting to maximize bank balance. Okay, so this policy of delaying payment should be reviewed again to see worth it or not, or actually maybe if the company pay early, then they can get discount so they can cover here and there, something like that. Okay, and supply should be paid in a systematic way. So the supplier goodwill is not lost. Supplier goodwill means supplier trust, the confidence. Okay, next one. Supplier are paid by bank transfer and the finance director is given a total amount of payment list which is authorized, then process the bank. Payment list given by finance director. Then the director no need to check. I don't know. Look like director never look at the detail of the payment list. Maybe they straight away authorized already. Dangerous. Okay, so you can see here the finance director authorizes the bank transfer payment list for supplier. Okay, however, he only view the total amount, class, not the detail of the payment. From the key, you can only see the total amount only. Total. Okay. Without looking at the detail payment list, class, payment is very important. You have to pay the right amount because a lot of people commit fraud for payment. Okay, as well as supporting document, there is a risk of supply being paid incorrect amount, or the sum that being paid to the fictitious supplier. Fictitious means fake supplier. Okay, so they say they never check in detail. Then the answer you say they have to check in detail lah. Okay, so the finance director should review the whole payment list prior to authorizing. As a part of that, he should agree the amount to the supporting document. Okay, remember, look at supporting document. Check the invoice. Okay, check the purchase invoice. Is it correct or not? The figure. Okay, as well as reviewing the supplier name to identify any duplicated or unfamiliar name. So he should be evident that he's reviewed by signing the transfer list. Okay, next time in exam when you see total has been sent, then you say, oh, no, you have to check in detail. Check to what? Supporting document. Like what? Purchase invoice. Okay, so can you see or not? It's not that difficult, But the thing is, you need to know how to identify lah. If you couldn't identify, and then dangerous for you. Okay, let's say 14 mark. 14 mark. How long can you use to answer this question? 14 times 1.8. You only have 25 minutes. Only have 25 minutes, maximum. 25 minutes including what? Read and understand all the case study and also full stop with your complete answer. That's all. Otherwise, it will be so dangerous for you. Okay, so another question, I want you to practice and write down and identify the risks. Okay, if you are not sure with your answer, if your answer is different from the marking scheme, please email to me and I will check for you. Okay, if your answer is relevant, you will get marked. Okay, so thank you and I will see you next week.